typical Smash Brothers podcast. You can learn pretty much anything from it, but you're not going to if you don't watch it when it goes up. You can check out those VODs on youtube.com/masterhandgaming.
And certainly check it out on SoundCloud as well.
Oh, yeah, and SoundCloud and Spotify as well, which I think is another one. But we're not on youtube.com/masterhandgaming. Right now, we're on twitch.tv/masterhandgaming. Unless you are on youtube.com/masterhandgaming watching this in the future. But right now, this is live. Winners Finals. LemonTea, you know him, you love him, versus 17, everyone's favorite Zelda.
Yeah, maybe you don't know 17 as well, but certainly that's why you play in these tournaments. Get your name out there, and LemonTea looking to have that not happen at his expense, because LemonTea has been putting in the work in some of these brackets. Took a little bit of time off, but now back at the top of his game. 17, however, getting caught by the onstage up B special. Whoever put that into the game, I'm sure some people might want to have a word with them. Yeets the feet to the back.
They gotta let the interns do something.
17 is going to draw first blood, and what, you were going to have a word with whoever gave up B a hitbox, I'm sure?
No, I'm just saying, you know, at Nintendo, they gotta let the interns do something every now and again.
Well, that seems more like a commentary than anything else, so I'm just gonna...
Wow, it's like I'm a commentator or something, Stu.
You know,
very astute observation. Very astute observation.
We are broadcast journalists, so mind your place. Anyway,
I'm gonna drive to Philadelphia and fart on Stu.
Anyway. That is... whatever you're into, I'm not judging.
Did you see the weak hitbox of LemonTea's side B potentially almost combo into up air right there? That was a Sakurai combo with Wolf. I didn't even know Wolf could do that.
No, I mean, you do have Sour Spot on that side B. It has some interesting properties to it. It's not just the fact that it can kill off the side. Obviously, it can spike, but the trailer having the sour hitboxes that it does can lead to some interesting stuff sometimes if you have the wherewithal and the positioning, of course, to do it. So, you do have LemonTea drawing things up, and 17, or at least in terms of stocks, but you're at 88%, and I think you might need to exercise a modicum of patience, considering 17 being made to slow the game down, and certainly no problems with that, generally speaking, if you're Zelda, but I don't know. This is winner's final. You're going up against a very well-established name like LemonTea.
Yeah.
Do nerves
No, he baited that.
Ooh,
he baited that. He put that out at just the right spot where LemonTea knew he had all the time in the world to whip out that reflector to reflect it, but 17 was on that platform in the perfect position to just come down with that kick from the heavens and just take it out right there, but wasn't prepared for the reflector that time, my friends. At close range, that is where LemonTea is going to whip that out right there. And that right there is what makes LemonTea as good of a player as he is. He did one option before in the reflector. He got baited to do it, so he died for it. It didn't work. But that doesn't mean it is necessarily a bad option in a different close range situation. So many other players would not have would have put away the reflector there immediately and would have been conditioned not to use it. But LemonTea not only said, I'm not going to be conditioned not to use that, I'm just gonna die. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if the jump was gone. I don't know if it was some sort of misinput or maybe there was a lag spike.
I can't
maybe he
tell
just
you
felt like
where
it.
exactly, but yeah,
Maybe
it
he
seemed
just felt
like
it. No.
Yeah, you just know. That's one of those really frustrating stocks where you feel like you have an opportunity to get something going, but oh wait, you pressed a button and then got hit during startup, or oh, you pressed jump because your finger slipped, and you're trying to make your way back into this thing, and your finger just thumbs do that sometimes. Misinputs just happen, but whether it was calculated or coincidental, it's going to be LemonTea losing game number 1, and now on the warpath for this game number 2. The dash attack following it up, 51 points of damage right off of the cuff, and LemonTea not messing around anymore. Might be looking to establish that grab soon, seeing how much 17 is sitting in shield now. And I do think that's going to be the game plan going forward. However, makes you wonder if this is going to be a bait. A nice little back air.
Yeah. I'm not sure, man. It's like this is a pretty good stage, you know, to take a character like Zelda to. You got platforms, gets you away from that Phantom Knight when you have to. It's a big stage, so you'll be living the hitboxes from that Phantom Knight a lot more. They updated the game so you can listen to pretty much any track in the game on Battlefield now, which alone is enough of a reason to play on it. That by itself is already too much. But at the same time, Zelda, you know, not in this terms of as that side B takes the stock. Not as many aerial hitboxes in terms of, you know, huge priority as Wolf's, but those lightning kicks, man, if she's able to land those will kill you earlier than just about almost anything Wolf has, as you saw before. But it's not going to matter. LemonTea keeping his composure, resetting the situation once again, and falling in with that neutral air, despite the Phantom Knight out there. Like, he knows he's not only is one to do, but is one that can do. Wolf's neutral air takes priority over just so many moves in this game. It's a very scary move to be able to deal with an advantage or disadvantage, and I'd love to see how LemonTea is going to utilize it, but it's not going to matter too much if he keeps doing it on 17's shield. That's about the second up B out of shield I've seen him do so far in this game, and I don't know how many in terms of the actual set so far, but either way, Zelda up B out of shield is a huge option you got to watch out for, but it's not going to matter if LemonTea can keep him in disadvantage, which he's doing a wonderful job with these claw moves, man. They are slightly disjointed. Not like sword disjointed, you know, but they are slightly disjointed enough where if LemonTea does space it right, he will be able to do it safely even on block or off block as well. So, loving that we're seeing a lot of that from LemonTea in terms of the good spacing to keep 17 in disadvantage.
Oh my. And you know, just when you think you have it all figured out, you just throw the smash attack out there and LemonTea jumps into it, maybe getting a little bit reckless, trying to reestablish the offensive game right upon landing on stage, and 17 makes him pay for his impatience, looking for the scoop yet again. Not going to have two scoops this time. No Baskin-Robbins opening up on Battlefield just yet. 17, and, you know, seems to have the hidden tech down perfectly, and the hidden tech, by the way, in this instance, is walk. You really don't have to do all that much in terms of being fast. You just need to be able to react with shield while moving forward, and walking is the way to do that, I would think. And yet, again, not quite dead, however. Off stage, this is not where you want to be, and it's going to be Tyrone getting the scoop this time, and 17 going to. You know what? Sometimes you just got to deploy the Sentry to do the work for you, as Zelda is keen to do. But, man, it does seem to come down to, so often in Tunist, how effectively you utilize the wall that the Phantom Sentry provides for you. And LemonTea seems like has an answer for it at times, but certainly not off stage, and certainly not with one stock remaining where you don't have any room really to move at all. So you have no choice but to let your invincibility run out, then get scooped up by that gigantic broadsword that the Sentry has.
And much like Obama's presidency, LemonTea had to deal with 2 terms of that Phantom Knight coming out of him right there. Hey, that first one was gorgeous, man. I mean, like, 17 he's been doing such a good job taking advantage of Wolf's Reflector right there. He knows so many like lower level Zelda players would know, like, oh, this character has a reflective. I gotta be a lot more careful with how I use this move. And 17 not only realizes that, he's realizing that he can also use that to his advantage through conditioning. That is the second time in this set that we have seen 17 bait LemonTea into using Reflector so he could get a kill. That is 2 times he has done that in 2 different games that's happened. That is beautiful conditioning on the part of 17. So many Zeldas will just whip out the Knight and they'll pray, but this guy, he's out here using it in just the right spots. He knows what situations he's creating when he puts it out. That is why he's winning these games so far and why he's up 2-0 against one of Jersey's finest right here.
There's purpose to what 17 is doing, and I can't help but respect that. You're absolutely right. Just reflected the Sentry right back at him, interestingly enough. 17 in a little bit of trouble, but LemonTea deciding not to follow it up with a button right away. 17 trying to escape the situation, has not been doing a great job of escaping the death throes of that Wolf up smash thus far. LemonTea making quite the effective use out of it, but it's going to be the up B that takes him up. Not quite out, however, makes it back to the stage, but in a precarious position on the ledge. LemonTea going to make And that's the thing. If you are going to make your own space, you kind of have to do it with your buttons. There's kind of really only one answer that you have if you are Wolf against Zelda, and you don't have a necessarily great grab. You're getting grabbed on ledge and then getting smacked around by 17's bodyguard, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there to do if you are LemonTea? You kind of have to knuckle up and fight. You're fighting 2 against 1, essentially, but what else is there to do? You have nothing to do but march.
It's like, as that up smash takes the stock, it's like I've said, man. Some characters in this game have wings that let them fly above Zelda's Phantom Knight. Some characters can puff themselves up into little balls and then utilize multiple jumps to be able to avoid it and then fall down with their aerials. We were talking about David Attenborough, and I don't remember the latest nature documentary I watched. I think it was something on Disney+. Wolves don't have wings. They kind of have to scrap. They can't really fly over the Phantom Knight. His only option, like you said, is to really create his own space, like you see right there, just staying in the one spot he can to actually avoid the giant hitbox of Phantom Knight, as that side B, beautifully placed, is going to take the stock. Other than that, like you mentioned, he's just got to scrap. And the good thing about Wolf is that he's got a lot of hitboxes that take priority over just so many other moves in this game. So if there's any character that can scrap with a character like Zelda when he has to, it is Wolf. And it's why it's one of the reasons why, like, a lot of Zelda players really do not like this matchup. That and also Blaster. They don't like Blaster and Reflector to be able to deal with the Phantom Knight a lot more easier. Wolf, like you mentioned, does a really good job of creating his own space, as you can see right there. If there's any character that can scrap with a character like Zelda, it is Wolf. But at the end of the day, he's still got to break through that zoning of the Phantom Knight before to do that, and he can't just fly above it. Sometimes he's just got to deal with it, man. Like, you know, deal with his own problems, like a grown adult, as Wolf is one to be, I suppose. But we're down to last stock in this third game, man. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I gotta say, though, 17 is doing something incredible with his Zelda, and that is a 3-0 victory over LemonTea. That is a very rare sweep, of LemonTea. You don't see him in that position all that often. But one thing that I was about to comment on, as we see a Zelda in Grands for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
I am curious how different that set would be if LemonTea were able to establish the grab. Every time you saw, especially in that Game 3 when 17 was trying to make that comeback, you saw him every time LemonTea was approaching, boom, instantly on the R button. You're shielding, you're fine. Like, there is no real danger because you know that he's going to try to come down with the fast fall nair to try to poke, and you're not giving that to him. So you get follow-ups off of that. So you're golden. But there was definitely an attempt to establish the grab, especially as in the earlier stages of the set. But as time went on, there really was no answer. You did not do enough to get 17 out of shield, and thus you don't really get to utilize those wonderful buttons that Wolf gives you. So it's a shame for LemonTea. I wouldn't even say that he was thoroughly outplayed in any stretch of the imagination, but you got beat and you got out strategized. 17 moving on. Well done to him.